Today, I want to talk to you about the new high pay order program on DoorDash, the Diamond program. I want to tell you how you can keep yourself in that 50% or above while at the same time not having to accept all the crap orders that they send you. My name is John McFall, and I want to welcome you to the McFallRI channel, where I teach you how to make $25 to $30 an hour doing food delivery. In today's video, I'm going to give you a breakdown of a couple of different things that, some people are not really even talking about when it comes to this DoorDash high-paying order program, where you have to maintain a 50% or higher acceptance rating to be in this program to get the better orders from DoorDash. So I want to break it down for you today so you guys can understand a little bit better about how to make this program work for you. If you get value out of today's video, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. So why is DoorDash doing this? They are literally eliminating the Top Dasher program. I'm sure it's going to go away in every single market at some point. It's already been eliminated in a lot of different marketplaces. And the problem that the Top Dasher program has when it comes to DoorDash's point of view is everybody takes crap orders for a week, and then for 3 or 4 weeks throughout the month, they cherry pick the hell out of DoorDash and don't accept any of the low ball, low paying, whatever orders you want to call them. What this does is this, forces DoorDash to have to pay higher on those low paying orders, because people don't have to take them on the Top Dasher program as long as they get their stats up by midnight. The day before the start of the month, they're in the Top Dasher program, and they can cherry pick the rest of the month until they have to get the stats back up for the following month. So the Diamond program, or the high paying order program that's been rolled out the last couple of months, and it's not going to go away. I promise you it's not. I haven't heard anything, but I'm telling you, with this program, I don't think that DoorDash is going to say that this is a bad thing. And the reason this is because it works different than Top Dasher in a way that you have to maintain on a daily basis 50% or higher to get those high paying orders. So rather than being able to cherry pick throughout the month and just taking a bunch of crap for, 5 days or a week at the end of the month to get your stats back up, you've got to maintain that 50% or higher so that you can continue getting the opportunity to get those high paying orders. And I want to remind you that when they say high paying, that doesn't necessarily mean a lot of dollars, because what they mean by high paying is $1.50 or above per mile. That is how they consider an order high paying. When I work in Auburn, which is the population of 15,000 people, a really small marketplace, I get high paying orders sent to me, and it could be $4.25. So because it meets that criteria of the dollars compared to the miles, that means that they can call it a high paying order in their mind. The reason that they're rolling this out and taking away Top Dasher is because Dashers were taking advantage of the Top Dasher program. Prior to all this, let's say 3 months ago, when I was working on DoorDash, and I know that you see a lot of creators out here that, have, 5% or 18% or just a ungodly low amount on their acceptance rate on DoorDash. I use DoorDash all the time when I'm out there doing food delivery, and my acceptance rating typically sat between about 30 and 40%. I pause DoorDash when I'm working on my other apps so they don't send me orders that I have to decline, and I'm able to keep my acceptance rating on DoorDash typically between about 30 and 40% on a consistent basis. So with this in mind, and taking a look at the Diamond high pay order program, I kind of started wondering to myself if it was possible that I could get my acceptance rating up to 50% while, not taking any more of the crap orders. And I found a way to actually do that. If you look here at what DoorDash specifically says the requirements for the high pay order program are, it is to maintain a 4.5 or higher on your customer rating, and the only other requirement is to keep your acceptance rating 50% or higher. So those are the only two requirements that this program has. So as a dasher and with my acceptance rating, even if it's at 30%, how do I bump it up to that 50% and get in that high pay order program without taking any more crap orders? Well, there's another factor that you might not have thought of when it comes to DoorDash, which is your completion rating. And the completion rating is basically broke down as this. This is when you accept an order and for whatever reason, after you've clicked accept and it is yours, you go back in and tell DoorDash that you cannot take that order. A lot of times, multi-appers like myself, we use this when we have to, when let's say DoorDash sends us a decent order, something that's acceptable to us, and we've accepted it, and then let's say that, you know, GrubHub or Uber Eats turns around and sends us a real banger. Well, what do we do in this situation? We want to take the better order from GrubHub or Uber Eats. So what we'll do is we'll give the order back to DoorDash and pause our dash, and we'll go make that really good money on GrubHub or Uber Eats. So the completion rating can play a big factor into you maintaining that 50% acceptance rating. So how does it work? Well, it works like this: is if you want to maintain 50% on DoorDash and you were typically running anywhere from, you know, let's say 25 to 45%, you were kind of in that range. The easiest way that you could do this is use your completion rating to help you maintain your higher acceptance rating. So keep track of what your acceptance rating is, and when you see it's getting down there towards 50%, start giving a couple of orders back here and there that you've accepted so that you can keep that 50% acceptance rating. Don't do it a whole lot, but if you find that you're in your marketplace and you're working your app and you can't keep that 50% by what they're sending you, grab a couple of orders and give them back to DoorDash, because the completion rating isn't part of the high pay order program and the things that they require you to do to maintain that program on their platform. So when you get in a bind and you get close, just give back a couple orders after you've accepted them. One thing I want to explain to you also is how the actual stats are, you know, how they come up with what your number is, whether it's your acceptance rating or your completion rating or you know, any other ratings on these platforms. They base it on the total of your last 100 deliveries that you've done. So in your acceptance rating, if you have a 50% for your acceptance rating, that means that 50 of them you've accepted the offers and 50 of them you haven't accepted the offer. The same thing works with your, you know, completion rating. If you've given back out of the last 100 that you've accepted, you've given back, say, 7 of your orders, this will give you a 93% completion rating. And when you get these ratings, gotta understand that if you take one hit on one of the ratings, that thing has to go through 100 different other ratings before it gets to the end and falls off. So my point is that when you either accept or decline or give back or whatever, when you get whatever rating that is, it starts at 1 and it takes you another literally 100 deliveries before that one will fall off on the other end. This is why it takes so long sometimes for your ratings to improve, because if you've got a bunch of bad ones in the early stages here, let's say 1 through 25, you've got to get them all the way through to the other end with the positive ones so that they fall off. So this is how the ratings work. So always keep that in mind when you're looking at acceptance rating, completion rating, or any of the other ratings on these platforms. So if you need any clarification or I wasn't clear on any of this, feel free to leave me a comment or shoot me an email and I can help explain it further to you. Also want to remind you that down here in my description I have some great tools for you guys. The one I want to talk to you about is my Metric Spreadsheet. If you want to know how well you're doing overall when you're out doing food delivery, keep track of your numbers and it'll show you what your averages are. And I'm going to throw it up here on the screen real quick so you guys can check it out. If you look at the left-hand side, you'll see I always put my start time and my end time. This gives me the total time that I've worked. I also put in the miles. If you head to the right then for each individual app, I put the dollars that I've made, the time that I worked, along with the number of deliveries. Head to the bottom and you'll see it calculates out what your average dollar per hour, dollar per mile, and your average per order. To get better at doing food delivery, start keeping track of your numbers and it'll show you where you need to improve. Also would like to ask you again to please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Finally, I want to tell you that if you would like to learn how to do food delivery and earn that $25 to $30 an hour, my food delivery playlist has got a lot of great videos. The one I want to talk to you about and have you take a look at is the one where I talked originally last week about this specific topic. Go check it out and it helps explain it a little bit more. Would like to leave you with, I hope that you are out there getting the money that you and your family deserve. And with that, I want to say thanks.